Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Mixed Texan Politics. Interesting story for you today. Buttigieg wants to spend $20 million on female crash dummies. Now, this is a clip from C-SPAN. It's a House Democrat talking about this. Check this out.
Also plan to make important investments to address the roadway safety crisis, including the critical funding that would accelerate the development. And this is an area I've written to you about, of the use of female dummies in crash testing. This will start to fight the gender inequity among vehicle safety and crash victims. This budget also builds upon and helps actualize the critical investments in the president's historic bipartisan infrastructure law.
Now, it's funny how these people are proposing for female crash dummies when a lot of them can't even tell you what a female is. And they think there are 53 genders. So you're going to make one for every single gender now that they think there are? You're going to have a trans crash dummy? It's coming. Now, you heard it here first, maybe. I don't know if anybody else said this, but I was taking a walk the other day, and the little guy that what's on when you cross the street, there's a little guy on the thing that tells you to walk. They're gonna come after him soon. When I saw this story, it made me think about that. So it's coming. Watch. You're gonna see them go after that guy and change it to a female or something else. All right. This is from New York Post. Despite stubbornly high inflation and a looming debt crisis, Transportation Secretary is asking Congress for $20 million in his department's proposed fiscal year 2024 budget to develop female crash test dummies. Specifically, dummies representing small-sized females, according to the Department of Transportation's pitch for its cutting-edge safety and accessibility research initiatives. Now, I'm not an expert, but is this a priority right now? It says women are 73% more likely to be injured in a car wreck than men, according to Verity Now, a U.S.-based vehicle equity campaign group that cites outdated crash test standards as the driving force behind this statistic. Now, how old are these studies that they're doing? It says outdated crash test standards. So the cars have gotten a lot more safe nowadays. You have a lot more cars can withstand impact better. You have these curtain airbags, these torso airbags as well. And cars are just built a lot more. The structure is a lot more safe than it used to be. And watch, where does it end? Okay, now where does it end? That's what I'm curious about. Are they going to then say, hey, well, what about the transgender? What about the transgender crash dummy? What about someone who doesn't identify as a male or a female? You have to make certain things for them too. That's what I'm going with. These people have to put equity in gender in everything they do. These people are Looney Tunes. Now the budget for the Department of Transportation is 145 billion, while $20 million is a fraction. It is still something that, in my opinion, is not a high on the priority list when you have $31 trillion in debt as a nation, and you have, like the article said, stubbornly high inflation. Now the job market is great. People are working. In most cases, the job market is you have as far as the numbers go, you have low unemployment. There are jobs available, but you have wages not outpacing inflation. Inflation is outpacing the wage growth, and people can't keep up. Some people having to get two jobs, maybe a third job as well, or they're having to cut back in certain areas that they didn't have to before. Now, inflation is not 100% Joe Biden's fault. I think he's played a factor in it. He hasn't done much to bring it. He hasn't really done anything to bring it down. I think he made it worse with his $1.9 trillion rescue plan he signed into law after he took office in 2021. I don't think it was necessary. The economy was booming at that point. It was coming back from the pandemic. People were going back to work. There was no need to sign that into law. But $20 million on this is not important right now. What's important is getting money back in people's pockets. You have these car companies making cars a lot safer nowadays. I'm sure they've taken this into consideration. They probably already have all different types of sizes of crash dummies. So it's just ridiculous in my opinion. Oh, tell me what you think. And maybe you know more about this than I do. But let me know what you think in the comments. Should we be spending this money on female crash dummies for equity purposes? All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.